साह्रो केही पनि छैन. सो हाई एभ्रिवान. सो श्वेताले मलाई इन्ट्रोड्युस गरिहाल्यो. सो म चाहिँ आस्था हो. सो वी आर डुइङ दिस टुगेदर भनेर भन्नु पर्ला होइन. सो स्टिक टु अस आज र भोलिको लागि चाहिँ टु गेट द मोस्ट आउट अफ इट है त.
Yeah. So, okay. So, right then, I think हामी अझै पनि मान्छेहरू join हुँदै हुनुहुन्छ. So, okay, so I'm just letting everyone in. Asta, are we going? Okay, we are recording it already, right? Okay, so recording भइरहेको छ session. Okay, cool. So, no worries. Then, so I am. सो हामी इन्ट्रोडक्सन भनेर चाहिँ ठ्याक्कै इन्ट्रोडक्सन गऱ्यो भने एकदमै धेरै टाइम जाला बिकज अब हामीले सोचेअनुसार एटलिस्ट 20-25जना आउनुहुन्छ होला एटलिस्ट 50% मात्रै टर्नअप हुनुभयो भने पनि 20जना त हुनुहुन्छ होला त्यो त 50 पनि होइन खास 30% पनि भनेर इन्ट्रोडक्सन चाहिँ राखिनौँ तर वी वान्ट यु टु पार्टिसिपेट एज मच एज यु क्यान सो द्याट तपाईँले बिट एन्ड पिसेसमा आफ्नो माइन्ड चाहिँ अलिकति भन्न सक्नुहोस् कि वाट युआर एक्ज्याक्टली लुकिङ टु डु भन्ने कुराहरू चाहिँ अलिकति clear us. Or as do we want them to introduce once? What do? We'll just ask them to change their name. Kiki Garo.
नाम एकचोटि सबैजनाले आफ्नो नाम चाहिँ अब आफ्नै नाम राखिदिनुहोस् अनि च्याट सेक्सनमा बरु आफ्नो अलिकति इन्ट्रोडक्सन दिनुहोस् न इफ युआर वर्किङ अर इफ युआर एन अन्टरप्रेनर हुन्छ नि के फिल्डमा काम गरिराख्नु भएको छ अनि वाट आर युर एक्सपेक्टेसन फ्रम दिस कोर्स भन्यो भने चाहिँ सो द्याट वी क्यान अल्सो सेट अप द सेम काइन्ड अफ एक्सपेक्टेसन्स है त.
करेक्ट सो तपाईँहरू सबैजनाले आफ्नो नेम चाहिँ रिनेम गरिदिनु भयो भने चाहिँ अलि ओप्पो F5 युथ भनेर उहाँको आएको छ इफ तपाईँको पुरा नाम राखिदिनु भयो भने विल स्टिल गेट टु नो दिपिकाज आइफोन भनेर आइरहेको छ इफ यु क्यान जस्ट रिनेम इट विथ यर फर्स्ट नेम एन्ड लास्ट नेम इट विल बी इजी फर अस टु कल आउट अर नो कि हु इज हु भनेर कसले क्वेसन गर्नुभयो भनेर पनि हामीलाई सजिलो हुन्छ एन्ड या सो द्याट बिङ सेट just letting few more people into our session. Okay, few more people are joining in. Just a second. I think another 2 minutes and we'll start. Okay, तपाईँको नाम मलाई भनिदिनुस् न. I think I will help you do that पनि. तपाईँले माइक खोलेर भन्दा हुन्छ. I'll rename it for you. माइक खोलेर बोल्दा हुन्छ. Manish Maharjan. Okay, Manish. Manish Maharjan. Okay, great. So we are 13 people so far. Okay. Asa, I think we should get started, eh?
हुन्छ अब लेट्स गेट स्टार्टेड.
Okay, so let me just.
सो अहिले अब हामी अलिकति अब हुन त 2 डेजको मात्रै प्रोग्राम हो इट्स ओन्ली 3 आवर्स सो इफ यु कुड टर्न अन यर भिडियो यदि मिल्छ भने चाहिँ आई थिङ्क द्याट विल बी ग्रेट जस्तो लाग्छ है.
I think that would be awesome if you can. तपाईँको इन्टरनेटले साथ दिन्छ भने है फेरि त्यसले गर्दा इन्टरनेट एकदम फ्लक्चुएट हुन्छ भने इभन द्याट्स फाइन. तर इन्टरनेटले साथ दिन्छ भने चाहिँ आई थिङ्क इट विल बी नाइस अलिकति पर्सनलाइज पनि हुन्छ. Okay, so that being said, I'm just going to share my screen now. Okay, so let's go. And I'm with my kids, so not possible for now. Okay, no problem. Okay, so as you all can see. Okay, so welcome to online.
देखिरहेछ
Okay, right. So welcome to Online Business Bootcamp, everybody. And yeah, so सबैजनालाई धेरै धेरै स्वागत छ. So this is a free session and we are doing it for the purpose of trying to, we have created a small community, ठुलो छैन तर small community, Facebook ग्रुपदेखि लिएर Instagram ग्रुपदेखि लिएर Facebook page, but I'm interacting with so many people time and again होइन. So at the same time there are people who are always reaching out for केही न केही सपोर्टको लागि रिच आउट गरिराख्नुहुन्छ. सो we thought why not do a session where we can provide value to everyone, so that's why we are here. Okay, so let's just get started. How many of you have an online business or wants to do an online business? So मैले क्वेसन्सहरू चाहिँ एकदमै धेरै राखेको छु कि बिकज सो द्याट आई क्यान नो यो पर्सेप्सन. त्यही भएर इन्ट्रोडक्सनमा चाहिँ नाम चाहिँ यसरी नै हेरेर चिन्नु पर्ला एकअर्कालाई. तर क्वेसन्सहरू चाहिँ राखेको छु एन्ड आई रियली वन्ट यु गाइज टु पार्टिसिपेट इन अ च्याट सेक्सन. तपाईँलाई माइक खोलेर बोल्न मन लाग्छ भने इट विल बी ग्रेट. सो क्यान वी अल अलिअलि आफ्नो बारेमा केही सेयर गरिदिनु न. एन्ड I think क्लासमा जस्तै which is what happened when we are doing lectures and class and sessionsहरू जसले धेरै बोल्छ त्यसले नै धेरै भ्याल्यु पाउँछ कि. सो तपाईँले जति बोल्नुहुन्छ आफ्नो बारेमा जति भन्नुहुन्छ मलाई इक्जाम्पल पिक गर्दाखेरि त्यति नै सजिलो हुन्छ, त्यति नै रेलेभेन्सी क्रिएट हुन्छ. सो द्याट बिङ सेड, anybody, how many of you have an online business, or how many of you wants to start an online business and why? So is there anything that you have? I have an online business since 3 years. Wow, that's great, Manishi. I would love to know what kind of business are you doing. If you want to share about it in a chat section, that would be great. Or my खोलेर बोल्दा पनि हुन्छ. प्रकाश आलीजीको पढ्दैछु mean time. Good evening, it's me Prakash from New Vanisha Kathmandu. I'm following Shweta ma'am from few months ago. Finally I've got an opportunity to be part of a session. Let's learn. Okay, so Ayushri, I have an online business which I want to grow. Okay, that's great, Ayushri. So you have already existing online business. Manish ji ko gadget business right, sir. Great. Manish ji, please feel free to drop in तपाईँको लिङ्कहरू पनि हालिदिँदा हुन्छ है. So I think that would be great. I'm Manisha from Poker by profession. I'm a certified Montessori teacher from London. Currently, I'm a student at ISBB. No online business yet, but curious about the online business. So I'm here. Hope you all have a great time ahead. Okay, great. Thank you so much. So if you guys also have, like I said, right, तपाईँको online business already छ, you have a social media already, you have a website already, this is how it. So you can put it in a chat section. But again, setting expectations for you guys, hey, you're already into a business, which means तपाईँको set of questions might be very different from people who are here, because हामीले भनेको थियो this is for people who want to start online business, who wants to work from home, घरबाट online business setup गर्छु, yeah, that kind of online business we want to get into भनेर हामीले उहाँहरूलाई invite गरेको. So the content is actually designed in a very similar way. It is not, it's not about the tools and the techniques and hacks, but more like how do we get started. But I still believe there are a lot of things that we have planned. Yeah, गरेको कुराहरुमा चाहिँ you can always reflect back and see whether you are doing it right or wrong, or if there is certain things a room of improvement, right? So that being said, again, I'm just checking few more. I'm Vijay Merchant, completed MBM degree and currently working as lecturer for accounts and finance. Okay, that's interesting. For plus two level and bachelor's level now. Experience, want to know ways to make a present my skill set in digital world. Also, I had a small clothing retail shop owned by my dad and started online business of it few months back, but ain't working great. Okay, that's a good one. Thank you, विजयजी. कस्तो इलाबोरेट गरेर तपाईँले मलाई चाहिएको सबै इन्फर्मेसन प्रोभाइड गरिदिनु भयो. So likewise, I'm a Suraj. I'm a freelancer, want to set up a service oriented business in future. That's awesome, Suraj. Can you also put it down? तपाईँ केमा फ्रिलान्सिङ गर्नुहुन्छ? Because I would get a really good understanding that okay, how can I help you in terms of examples and all, right? So I think that's a really that's a great. Now Nasana. Hello, Nasana. You're here. I'm so happy to see you. So Nasana is our Canva session one of the learner. And I recently graduated, have ideas for clothing startup, and I'm here to learn. Welcome, Nasana. I'm so glad that you are here. So कतिजनाको नाम चिनिरहेको मान्छेको नाम who are part of our community already. So it's nice to see you guys here. Okay, that being said, okay, so I can see there's one more. Hey, Nasana. Okay. सो तपाईँहरूले पनि अलिकति खुलेर लेखिदिनु होला जसरी हाम्रो यो विजयजीले लेख्नु भएको छ आई थिङ्क आई रियली लाइक द वे ही said and I really appreciate how Suraj has presented his thought how he's looking to do the service oriented stuff so okay right then any more anybody please feel free to drop in अनि माइक खोलेर बोल्दा पनि हुन्छ there's no harm है त्यसमा चाहिँ नझुझुकाएर प्लिज जति तपाईँले बोल्नुहुन्छ त्यति रमाइलो हुन्छ इन्टरेक्टिभ हुन्छ एन्ड the thing is whatever question you'll ask other person will get to others will get to learn as well so Surajji please yeah please go ahead and mic खोलेर बोल्नुस् न हजुरले हात
Mm-hmm.
उठाउनु
Thank you very much for this wonderful opportunity. First of all, म चाहिँ मलाई टाइप गरेर बस्नु नानी बोल्न सजिलो लाग्ने भएर लेट्स स्पिक भन्ने हिसाबले म बोल्न खोजेको म चाहिँ खासमा चाहिँ फ्रिल्यान्सिङ गर्छु आई थिङ्क अलमोस्ट 7 इयर भइसक्यो म फ्रिल्यान्सिङ अपोकबाट गरिरहेको र सायद मैले तपाईँलाई भेटेको पनि अपोक नेपाल भन्ने ग्रुपमा हो त्यही ग्रुपको म एडमिनको रूपमा काम गरिरहेको छु र मैले पनि खासमा यो अनलाइन सर्भिस अब हामीले चाहिँ अपोक सेकेन्ड पार्टीको थ्रुबाट काम गरिरहेको छौँ नि त अहिले अनि वाइ नट वी स्टार अफ आवर ओन एन्ड किन त्यो बिचको फीहरू कमिसनहरू किन अरूलाई दिने वाइ नट आफूले आफ्नै ठाउँमा चाहिँ क्लाइन्टहरू एप्रोच गरेर आफ्नैबाट गर्न पायो भने चाहिँ केही हुन्छ कि भन्ने एउटा चाहिँ बिजनेस परिकल्पना गरेर सायद यो बुट क्याम्पबाट केही हेल्प हुन्छ कि भन्ने हिसाबले चाहिँ जोइन भएको थ्याङ्क यू
Okay, great, great. Suraj, I'm so glad you're here. So Upwork Nepal, मैले पनि खासै धेरै engage भएको छैन तर recently for some work I was engaging with Upwork Nepal. Thank you so much for building that community because I think all of us need to understand that कसैले पनि फेसमा कुनै एउटा ग्रुप बनाउँछ र त्यो ग्रुपलाई इन्गेज राख्छ भने it takes a lot of effort but also it's a really great initiative for somebody who is trying to learn or get into the similar stuff त्यो कुरामा चाहिँ जान्नको लागि धेरै हेल्प गर्छ ग्रुपले सो Suraj, for a wonderful job that you have done. I'm very happy and so proud that you are here. So hopefully Kina ki help huncha. So guys, let me again tell you, it's just a 3 hours. So ignore compact we'll definitely love to do the elaborative version of it, and then we will share you a lot of other things as well. अरू धेरै कुराहरू पनि एज तपाईँहरूले जति इङ्गेजमेन्ट हामीलाई जति कुराहरू गर्नुहुन्छ त्यो कन्टेक्स्टमा लिएर वी क्यान अलवेज बिल्ड अपन हाउ क्यान वी डु नेक्स्ट मोर सेसन्स वेयर वी क्यान हेल्प वी क्यान टेक your क्युरियोसिटी क्वेसन्स हामीले आफ्नो साइडबाट कसरी कसरी वी क्यान मेक इट बेटर भन्न पनि त्यो चाहिँ विल डेफिनेटली keep make a note of it while we are doing this session as well. Okay, so hi Sunidhi. So I am so glad Sunidhi is here. So Sunidhi, yeah, okay, I can see her details. Deepika, I do not have any online business, but now I definitely look forward to starting one in the future. Because I wish to start a business of my own. I'm really looking forward to this training, and I hope I do. So, oh, that's great. Birganj, I have been working in IT officer at a pharmaceutical industry, and I want to do online business like digital marketing as well. As e-commerce, some expectation to get some idea regarding it. Okay, that's great. That's great. Thank you so very much. And typical I'm not. I don't have online, but I definitely look forward to from this session of vision. Okay, that's great. I can make most out of it from your guidance and Astaji. Hello everyone, I'm Nishtha Kayasta and I have a startup named Didi Boini Creation. Okay, my experience from the session is to know more about the online business hacks. Okay, great. So keep dropping in more messages. I will just move forward. अब चाहिँ अलिअलि मान्छेको बारेमा मैले नाम ठ्याक्कै नाम र दुईटै मिलाएर नसम्झे पनि आई एटलिस्ट हेभ अ लिटल बिट अफ आइडिया कसैलाई प्लेटफर्म डेभलप गर्नु मन छ कोही चाहिँ अब जस्ट थिङ्किङ अफ इट एन्ड अल द्याट सर्ट अफ स्टफ सो keeping that in account, I'm proceeding further, but please feel free to drop in any messages. And कसैलाई सुरजी जस्तो बोल्नै मन छ भने चाहिँ बोल्नुहोस् है. That's fine. So a little bit of introduction here. My name is Shweta Sherchan. So मेरो एउटा यो personal branding site so which is called as shwetasherchan.com, and I'm doing the consulting part from the company name called as Sherchan Consulting Private Limited. So I sell online courses and we have the small community. We don't have a large community yet. It's a very small community. The community of people are somewhere in the Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn. कतिजनाले LinkedInबाट आउनु भएको छ, कतिजना LinkedInमा drop in गर्नुभएको थियो डिटेल्सहरू कसरी फेसबुकबाट, and then some people from our group. So thank you so much for being part. आजको यो whole event that we are doing it for today and tomorrow is being supported by Code Rush. Asta Sharma is a person who is a founder of a Code Rush. She has been supporting through all our online courses, and she runs a company called as Code Rush, which is an IT company. Just in case you guys need any help, she's always there. So that being said, I just want to, okay, so I see there's another, okay, so yeah, right. If you guys haven't been a part of our group, which is Digital Marketing for Entrepreneur on Facebook, please be part of that group. कोही हाम्रो चाहिँ फेसबुकबाट आउनु भएको छ and not aware of our Facebook group भने, make sure you do that, because what we are trying to do in that group also is trying to engage a lot. कसरी हुन्छ value कसरी provide गरौँ भनेर चाहिँ हामीले, we have been constantly trying to think, try to run polls, try to job opportunityहरूको बारेमा share गरिरहेको हुन्छु in terms of digital marketing. So anything in terms of digital marketing, we are trying to keep it engaging to that. So please feel free to join that group. Okay, that being said, let's move on for now. So I'm very fortunate that in last 4 years I've been able to work with the really good companies, and some companies, some one or the other way, either digital marketing service provide garako, either digital marketing consulting ko kam, or digital marketing training ko kura, or workshop or seminar, or one or the other way that I've been able to work with some of the really good clients that I'm really happy about. So let's move on. What is online business bootcamp and what we are going to do it? So it's a 3 hours strategy based course one. Like I said already, we're not touching upon a lot of tools and sort of stuff. There is still, it is going to be a lot of information. So how to build an online business from your home. त्यो भनेर चाहिँ हामीले यो सेसनलाई त्यसरी नै तयार गरेको छौँ. And what we will discuss is how can you build your own online business, either that is service business or product oriented business host, या तपाईँको चाहिँ content related business host. So I believe any business can be formed or can be categorized into these three. Either you are selling a product, चाहे त्यो तपाईँले fashionable लुगाहरू बेच्नुहोस्, चाहे gadget बेच्नुहोस्, whatever you are selling, it can be either in a form of a product. I would like to consider product ma अरू धेरै कुराहरू which I'm going to talk about, and then either we are selling any form of a service. So service ma चाहिँ yeah, so just a second, just a second. So, okay, some more people are joining in. I'm just letting them in. Okay, so we are going to talk about how are you going to build one of these तीनवटा मध्ये तपाईले जे गर्न मन लागेको छ त्यसलाई चाहिँ how can we help you with the information, है? So there's a mission that we have set behind putting this session. एउटा mission चाहिँ why we did like how to start your online business or भनेर यो online business boot camp हामीले नाम किन दिएको, or what is the understanding behind it भन्ने कुरामा चाहिँ अलिकति क्ल्यारिटी तपाईहरुलाई गरौँ है. यो ग्लोबल पेन्डेमिक र COVID-19 ले गर्दाखेरि I think all of the businesses, most of the businesses were shut. However, there were good chunk of businesses that were being operated घरमा बसेर हैन, and I think that way it got this huge culture of working from home. So I think let's embrace the fact that that culture is now already here in Nepal. किनभने I think Surajji would agree to it. फ्रीलान्सर भएर घर बसेर काम गर्ने मान्छेलाई पहिला चाहिँ त्यति राम्रोसँग मान्छेले एप्रिसिएट गर्दैन थियो. आई हेभ वर्क माइसेल्फ एज अ फ्रीलान्सर अल्सो. त्यो फ्रीलान्सर भन्ने बित्तिकै कता कता कि फ्रीलान्सर हो भनेर अलिकति अलिकति भए पनि क्लाइन्टलाई फरक चाहिँ पर्न जान्थ्यो. एन्ड देन पिपल युज टु स्टे एट होम एन्ड वर्क. अब सम अफ द अदर वे कता कता कम्पनी अलिक ठुलो कम्पनीसँग एसोसिएट गर्न पाउने मौका चाहिँ हुन्थेन. So there was the different concept or misconception also, or they were looked upon in a different way. Company भयो भने चाहिँ भर लाग्ने, or freelancer भयो भने भर लाग्ने, or in the same way घर बसेर काम गर्ने हो भने एकदमै मिडियोकर काम गर्ने त्यो भनेर आउँछ नि हाम्रो ग्रुपहरुमा. महिनामा 50,000 कमाउनु, ड्रप योर लिङ्क अनि के भनेर मान्छेहरूले घर बसेर गर्ने काम 20,000 कमाऊ, 50,000 कमाऊ, त्यस्तो तपाईँहरूले एड देख्नु भएको छ कि छैन? तर आई सी अ लट दोज काइन्ड अफ अ थिङ फ्लोटिङ अराउन्ड इन इन्टरनेट वेयर people are घर बसी बसी 20,000 कमाउनु तर वर्क इफ यु लुक एट इट इज मोर लाइक अ डेटा एन्ट्रीको कामहरू होइन डेटा एन्ट्रीको not very skillful work के सो कम्प्युटर चलाउन आउँछ यदि तपाईँसँग कम्प्युटर ल्यापटप या कम्प्युटर छ भने र इन्टरनेट छ भने 20,000 रुपियाँ घर बसेर कमाउनुहोस् आई डोन्ट नो इफ यु गाइज हेभ सिन इट अर नट बट आई डु सी दोज काइन्ड अफ एन्ड इफ यु लुक एट अलि फर्दर डिटेल हेऱ्यो भने द वर्क्स आर भेरी मिडियोकर वर्कहरू के अब डेटा एन्ट्रीदेखि लिएर all that sort of a customer service handling maybe which is like chat गर्ने कुराहरू or then some other form of work but not the skillful work but things are very different right now I think honestly speaking I always wanted to be working at home जस्तो लाग्छ अहिले यसो सोच्दाखेरि होइन अहिले यसो सोच्दाखेरि I actually have thought about it way but I think I was also very त्यो त्यो जुन स्टिग्मा थियो त्यो स्टिग्माले मलाई पनि त्यसरी नै छोएको थियो जसरी अरूहरूलाई छोएको छ कि घर बसेर काम गर्ने अफकोर्स देयर इज नो probably that would not get my career going agadi so I think that has completely changed and that allows us to think bigger while we are still at home I've been looked as unemployed in my society I agree Surajji so honestly speaking I had this thing in my mind when I wanted to work from home on Nepalganj ko just to let you guys know and I had those opportunities where people were like okay so you're a digital marketer why don't you work from Nepalganj I don't know I could not feel it that I wanted to stay at home and work not because that I could not do it because I did not feel that was the right way to do it भनेर कि किनभने मलाई थाहा छ I'll not get appreciated my work will not probably be recognized ever अनि त्यो kind of एउटा doubt चाहिँ मलाई पनि थियो होइन so I'm still unemployed in front of parents hey re Manishile that's very true Manishi but I think it's changing slightly early because at my I think COVID ले चाहिँ धेरै help गरेको छ but I agree with what Manishi is also saying so now the pandemic has helped us you can stay at work and your work is equally dignified and equally appreciated and equally even you're approaching to a company now company I don't think so many companies do care where are you working for अहिले अलिकति चाहिँ चेन्ज भइरहेको छ सिन नेपालमा पनि so more and more companies are hiring work from home staffहरू so in that way why online business bootcamp भनेपछि maybe there are so many people who have a lot of different IT को skill setहरू भएको मान्छेहरू हुनुहुन्छ not just IT को skill set but other skill set भएको मान्छेहरू पनि हुनुहुन्छ so we thought why not already people who are in a professional career जसले already काम गरिराख्नु भएको छ give them something some tools some strategies some ideas where if they want they can establish themselves as a completely different either you want to call yourself a company or somebody who is एकदमै work from home नै तर dignified way मा you can take it further where you don't have to क्लाइन्टलाई एकदमै धेरै फेच गरिराख्नु पर्ने भन्दा पनि अलिकति इनबाउन्ड वेमै तपाईँले काम पाउने हिसाबले why not provide them some kind of a strategy or tools or help them with understanding भनेर पनि यो सेसन राखेको so we are trying to leverage what happened because of COVID so again another thing is internet penetration is increasing day by day here in Nepal as well and I'm so glad and so happy अहिलेको टाइममा I think we cannot I mean we still have to complain about if we are working with an international client payment को बारेमा चाहिँ we still have to complain about it but त्यो बाहेक चाहिँ हामीले गर्नुपर्ने complain खासै केही पनि छैन हैन so I think in that way we still want to believe that we are progressing so let's build an online business enterprise staying at home even if you are already in your 9 to 5 you can make a plan of your 6 months or year and then slowly don't jump into everything right then and there I would not suggest you do it play a smart move तर I think since that time has come I think you guys need to leverage it भनेर चाहिँ एउटा now that's another reason and I hope the mission that we are carrying with the online business bootcamp will be successful as there will be more people who will probably तपाईहरुले केही स्टेपहरु एक्सनहरु लिन थाल्नुभयो भने I think our mission will be fulfilled है अब त्यसै गरेर अर्को एउटा मिशन which is e-learning e-commerce यस्तो कति जना मैले आफूले चिन्छु who are teachers lecturers who have certain skill कोहीले design skill हुन्छ कसैको अब there's so many different sort of skill that actually now because of a COVID stuff त्यसले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ e-learning एकदमै धेरै popular भएछ e-commerce e-payment has become so easy and so normal कि आजभोलि पहिला चाहिँ अलिकति ट्रान्ज्याक्सन गर्दाखेरि डर लाग्थ्यो भने आजभोलि झन्डै there is no it's seamless इट्स सिमलेस नै भन्नु पर्ला अब अफ्टन तर टेक हो कहिले कहिले प्रब्लम भइहाल्छ तर इट्स अ रियली कमन थिङ फर एभ्री वान सो अगेन ई लर्निङको प्लेटफर्ममा ट्रस्ट मी वेन आई से दिस वी आर डुइङ अनलाइन कोर्सेस एन्ड पिपल आर पेइङ इन्टायर फी अप फ्रन्ट एन्ड दे डोन्ट इभन नो मी दे हेभन इभन सिन मी त्यसै गरेर कोडर्सले हामीलाई हेल्प गरेर कति धेरै प्रोजेक्टमा हामी काम गर्दाखेरि वी आर टेकिङ money upfront and people are not hesitant to do that. That being said, a disclaimer, do not have that intention of doing a business and looting people around on internet. I would not encourage that and I would be really blunt and say कि त्यस्तो कोही गर्नुहुन्छ भनेर मैले पनि थाहा पाएँ भने I don't like people with a bad intention. So if I'm hoping all of you have the good intention of doing it in a good way. So e-learning, e-commerce or e-payment को यो अहिले seamless भएको कारणले पनि there are so many possibilities of us teaching what we know or selling what we have and e-payment ले गर्दा है. So hoping this is going to help you in our online business bootcamp. Now another thing with the online business bootcamp that I really thought about it. I've been very lucky to be part of some of the businesses and since मैले if you guys are अलिकति पनि aware of my work then I've tried to put me in front of a camera, which means I've not hesitated myself talking अगाडि अगाडि आएर आफ्नो अनुहार देखाएर बोल्नमा चाहिँ मैले अलिकति पर्सनल ब्रान्डिङ भन्ने त्यो एउटा जुन टर्म छ अर जुन एउटा मार्केटिङको पार्ट छ त्यो पार्टलाई चाहिँ मैले अलिकति स्टार्टदेखि नै एक्सेप्ट गरेर अगाडि लगेँ नट द्याट आई वान्टेड टु डु इट अनेस्टली स्पिकिङ I saw there was a opportunity and I saw nobody else was doing it. I asked myself, can I do it? मैले गर्न सक्छु? Should I do it? And the answer was yes. किन भनेपछि I felt like since nobody is doing it, if I do it, I think it's the right time. मैले गरेँ भने I know it's gonna help me on a long run as I want to do a अनलाइन नै काम गर्न मन छ कता कता maybe this is gonna work out somewhere भने जस्तो लाग्थ्यो that I wasn't very sure about it but okay so that being said I am lucky to be part of some of the businesses which are more like a lifestyle based business okay? So these aren't a business that is traditional हिसाबको business e-commerce मा पनि it's not like a e-commerce there are so many people that I've been studying so मैले आफूले नै personal branding गर्ने journey मा I don't know how many blogs I've read how many YouTubes videos I have watched मैले यति धेरै research गरेको थिएँ कि I could just see this whole different part of the business side where people are building a lifestyle business and these are called as lifestyle business owners and I could resonate with that lifestyle business. Okay, so you can have an online lifestyle business. What is it? How does it work? I think it is very relevant if you're working from home. You can build a lifestyle business. So hoping those kind of things we can share with you guys. If it makes sense to you, if it is yeah, if it makes more sense to you, maybe you guys can also incorporate in your life and see if you can make something out of it. Right? So okay, right. So that's the whole idea of doing a online business boot camp for now, hey? So okay, so let's understand again why we are doing it and why I am claiming it. And I don't have a fancy office for now. I'm working full time from my home since Jan 2020. जबदेखि हाम्रो लकडाउन हुन थाल्यो तबदेखि हैन. And to give you a little bit of context on that, November October November summer पनि I was a part of a different organization for some reason as if I knew that pandemic was coming. I didn't knew about pandemic, trust me. मैले ठ्याक्क अक्टोबर नोभेम्बरतिर मैले मेरो लास्ट अर्गनाइजेसनमा रिजाइन गरेँ एन्ड आई ह्याड दिस फिलिङ फ्रम त्यो 3-4 महिना नै नाउ इट्स टाइम द्याट आई हेभ टु स्टार्ट माई ओन कम्पनी इट्स टाइम भनेर त्यो मैले माइन्डमा जगल गरिरहेको थिएँ अक्टोबरमा त अति भयो दिस इज द टाइम अब मैले गरिनँ भने आई नेभर डु इट भने जस्तो फिल भएर आई रिजाइन एन्ड देन अक्टोबर डिसेम्बर नोभेम्बर डिसेम्बरमा कम्पनी रेजिस्टर गरेँ एन्ड देन जनदेखि there was a lockdown. Jan mid-border कहिलेदेखि lockdown भयो है. And from there itself, like I'm working from home. I've launched 4 courses working from home. 4वटा course घरबाटै बसेर launch गरेँ. I'm so happy, so proud about it. I think one of our अहिले सेसनमा हुनुभएको एकजना चाहिँ उहाँ हाम्रो एउटा कोर्समा आउनु पनि भएको एकजना लर्नर पनि हुनुहुन्छ त्यसै गरेर आइम अल्सो कन्सल्टिङ क्लाइन्ट वर्किङ फ्रम होम इटसेल्फ एन्ड द्याट्स द स्मल अनि not very great but a comfortable place where I sit and I do work. There are 2 projects in a pipeline which I will be or which hoping that in 2021 itself will be launching, which itself is a 2 different entity of a business that we are in a plan that we are still working out on. So when I thought about online business bootcamp, it's not that I'm saying it मैले भनेको चाहिँ ए ल मलाई आउँछ म गरिदिन्छु भन्ने हिसाबले होइन कि मैले आफ्नै जर्नी सोचेँ होइन इफ धेरै भएको छैन इट्स जस्ट बिन अ 1 year तर पनि त मैले 1 year मा त मैले आई कुड एबल टु leverage a lot of things that I don't know यो घरमा बसेरै गरेको त हो नि इफ मैले गर्न सक्छु भने अरूले पनि गर्न सक्छ एन्ड वान अफ द थिङ्स मैले चाहिँ के गरेँ जसले गर्दाखेरि इट टर्न आउट राइट फर मी किनभने द चान्सेस आर वेन युआर डुइङ इन अ फर्स्ट इयर अफ यर बिजनेस मोस्ट अफ द पिपल फेल फर 18 monthsमा फेल हुने चान्सेस एकदम धेरै हाई हुन्छ बट फर मी luckily it wasn't first monthदेखि second month third month every month it was slowly gradual progress so that being said which means that I truly believe what I did was a working model राम्ररी नै सोचिरहेछु र प्लान गरिरहेछु र things are taking shape. I'm not saying I'm doing tremendously well. मैले करोडौँमा कमाइरहेको छु working from home. So that's not the promise that I want to do. But I still want to say my courses are successful. We have a students every batch गरिरहेको बेलामा we have a good turnout. We do a lot of live session, free session, and then we do paid courses. We are partnering with different organizations and doing courses with them. And all these are some of the other form of revenue that we have been able to generate, right? So that's why online business bootcamp is not I'm not a person जो थाहै छैन वर्क फ्रम होमको कल्चर के हो र हाउ डु गेट इट वर्क भनेर थाहै नभएर गरेको होइन अलिअलि केही कुरा थाहा भएको जे थाहा भएको तपाईँहरूलाई त्यही सेयर गर्छु भनेर मात्रै यो सेसन गरेको है सो देयर इज अ स्ट्रङ वाइ आइ एम डुइङ इट एज वेल है त ओके सो लेट्स टक अबाउट यसलाई मोड्युल भनेर भने तर मोड्युल भन्दाखेरि पनि मलाई मोड्युल लेखौँ नलेखौँ भइरहेको थियो इट्स लाइक वाट एम आई गोन डिस्कस हियर जसले गर्दा तपाईँहरूलाई हेल्प हुन्छ एन्ड दिस इज to compact it in a 3 hours. I could have made it a lot longer, incorporate lot of tiny detailsहरू तर त्यो नगरेर अलिकति कम्प्याक्ट बनाउनको लागि 3 आवर्समा मैले के भन्न बेस्ट सक्छु र त्यसले गर्दा मोस्ट बेनिफिट आउन सक्छ त्यो हिसाबले सोचेको छु सो starting with fundamental of starting your online business from scratch, that's the number one thing that I want to touch upon. So if you are making those kind of a mind बनाइराख्नु भएको छ भने I think those are the fundamentals you have to keep in mind. अलिकति research or validate your business online businessमा which means that I don't want you to put a lot of energy on something that probably will not take a shape है सो तपाईँले अनलाइनमै काम गरिराख्नु भएको छ भनेपछि don't get into something that is outrageously like unknown and completely different. Like I said, me working from home from Jan was something that I have researched from last 3 years ago. देखि नै मलाई interest थियो मन थियो कता कता this is the time now भने जस्तो भयो then the things happened or it fell in place भने जस्तै तपाईँको idea पनि has to make sense with the reality as well के what is happening around the world is one part of it how Nepal is proceeding as your real present context के हो त्यो पनि तपाईँहरूले विचार गर्नुपर्छ so don't have this completely एकदमै एकदमै यस्तो idea that would probably just make your life even worse त्यस्तो काम चाहिँ नगरौँ सो अलिकति भ्यालिडेट चाहिँ गरौँ होला आफ्नो आइडियालाई before you think that you're going to put a lot of your energy into it. I'm hoping that you will not be investing a lot of money, but तपाईँको energy र time त जान्छ त्यो time पनि अलिकति strategically invest गरौँ होइन so let's define a little bit of your target audience र उहाँहरूको प्रब्लमलाई address गरौँ होइन so what is it the brand thing होइन कसरी D1 देखि नै तपाईँले आफ्नो ब्रान्डलाई so how to develop an offer and unique value proposition को कुरा पनि to start your own online stuff होइन अनि अलिकति after sales को बारेमा so अलिकति आफ्टर सेल्स सर्भिस एन्ड इन्सेन्टिभ्सको बारेमा अलिअलि टच अपन गरेँ सो यसरी मैले बाँडेको छु टु ब्रेक द कन्ट्याक्ट्स फर यु गाइज सो एनिथिङ एनीबडी वान्ट्स टु सेयर एनिथिङ सो फार and I can already see we have 21 participants. Thank you guys for joining in. Those who are new, please feel free तपाईँले chat section मा चाहिँ आफ्नो फर्स्टमा चाहिँ आफूलाई रिनेम गरेर आफ्नो रियल नेम लेखिदिनु होला for those who are new right now so आफ्नो real name राखिदिनु होला अनि अर्को एउटा कुरा चाहिँ प्लिज कमेन्टमा चाहिँ भनिदिनुहोस् what are you looking to start an online business what kind of online business are you thinking of or what you do or why you are here so things like this if you put it in a chat section म चाहिँ तपाईँकोबाट बुझ्ने मौका पाउँछु तपाईँको अलिकति एक्सपेक्टेसन्सलाई मैले कसरी हुन्छ I can put it into a I can put it into हाम्रो इक्जाम्पल्सहरूमा या फेरि केही भन्ने बेलामा कन्टेक्स्टमा मिलाउन मलाई सजिलो हुन्छ. सो प्लिज फिल फ्री टु राइट. अघि नै खरर धेरैजनाले मेसेज गर्नुभएको थियो. सो फार एनिथिङ एनीबडी वान्ट्स टु एड, कसैलाई केही एड गर्न मन छ नयाँ मान्छेहरूले प्लिज सेन्ड योर इन्ट्रोडक्सन एन्ड just let us know what your expectation, eh? So okay, so right then, अहिलेसम्म मैले केही पनि मेसेज देखेको छैन. नयाँ मान्छेहरू जो हुनुहुन्छ प्लिज फिल फ्री टु ड्रप योर अलिकति इन्ट्रोडक्सन एन्ड योर एक्सपेक्टेसन फ्रम द सेसन है त. Okay, I'm just going to move forward with the fundamentals of starting your online business from scratch. Okay, when I thought about fundamental, मैले यसो सोचेँ, what is the fundamental that I have kept in mind while I was starting out? So every time any new project that I'm doing, anything that I want to do it, I think I look at all of this very carefully. There are a few important questions that I ask myself when I'm trying to do. That doesn't matter if that works even with a new course. That works with a lot of other things as well. You know? So I identify my goals very clearly. And I know there is certain thing in my mind, and that's why I want to do online business bootcamp. So आफ्नो लागि there are certain questions that you need to ask when you are trying to do your own online. So ask yourself these questions, and it is going to save lot of your time and energy later partमा. Now one more thing I want to tell you guys, a lot of people जसले डिजिटल मार्केटिङ गर्नुहुन्छ, ओके सो मेरो घरको साइडमा कुकुर छ which एकदमै भुकिरहेको छ. Just a second guys. Okay, so this is okay. यो कसले कोर्दै हुनुहुन्छ? Okay, so yeah, few questions that I want you all to ask yourself when you are starting out, when you think of your online business, and there's a fundamentally, I think this is something that I do like to do it every time, you know, something like identifying my goal and why. So I told you like why I'm doing it. I'm doing it because I think that I've done it, and this has worked for me so far. Not not saying, not claiming the big words, but this is worked out. This is working out slowly, but it is still working out, which was not something that I've tried before. But yeah, so तपाईँको आफ्नो identify त्यो आफूले पनि गर्नु होला. Okay, so Rojanjile, professional teacher, but I also do content writing. Would love to learn here how I might have the stability working online and start my own online startup. Glad to be here. Thank you so much, Rojanji. Welcome. अलिकति छुटाउनु भयो, but that's fine. So, okay, so that's the first thing. And the second thing I would definitely want to ask you all, the chat section, what skill do you have, or what skill, like somebody who's a freelancer, somebody who's working in an IT company, कतिजनाले म के कहाँबाट ग्रेजुएट भएको के गर्ने भन्नुभएको थियो. So can you all put it in your chat section? What skill do you have that you think that you can sell it online? So skill you have or niche you want to work in. So तपाईँ कुन niche मा, if you're thinking of starting an online business and you have something in your mind, which niche भनेको के हो भनेर म एक्सप्लेन गरिदिन्छु तपाईँहरूलाई. तपाईँ कुनै पनि काम गर्दै हुनुहुन्छ भने त्यो कामको इन्डस्ट्री हुन्छ है, त्यो इन्डस्ट्रीमा पनि के गर्नुहुन्छ भनेर हुन्छ. सो निशमा, सो म अहिले डिजिटल मार्केटिङमा छु, एन्ड समवेयर माई निश इज मोर इन्टु कन्सल्टिङ एन्ड ट्रेनिङ है. सो त्यसरी तपाईँको स्किल्स चाहिँ के हो, अर वाट काइन्ड अफ निश यु वान्ट टु वर्क इन्टु. So please feel free to put it in a chat section. What is the hardcore skill that you have, and what niche do you want to work for? Or sometimes your hardcore skills and niche might be little different thing, तर it's always nice if that's the same भयो भने चाहिँ तपाईँको journey चाहिँ सजिलो हुन्छ, तर अलिकति completely opposite भयो भने चाहिँ you'll have a little bit of hard time. But here I'm hoping you will have um, you'll have slight idea with your niche. तपाईँ आफ्नो niche को बारेमा अलिअलि तपाईँलाई already थाहा छ होला. So let's interact in a chat section. I can deal with vendors at best and negotiate and research about the product I sell. Okay. Okay, so Manishi can deal with vendors at best and negotiate and research about the product and sell. Okay, great. अरूहरू तपाईँहरू आफ्नो आफ्नो स्किलहरू लेखिदिनुहोस् न. What skill do you have or what niche? Rocky Laju from Bhaktapur. Previously, I was trying to sell travel money for a hotel booking. I had made deals with travel agencies, but COVID hit and I lost all contact as well as hope. So I'm here to unlearn previous ideas and learn how to reach my target audience. Okay, great. So Rocky ji, can you put it into a section where what skills do you think you have or केही niche को बारेमा, if there is anything in your mind when you think of online business, which I'm assuming is why we are here. So please यसको बारेमा लेखिदिनुहोस् न. And Sunidhi, Nishana, please feel free to drop in. What skill do you think you have? It can be hard skill, it can be soft skill. I would really appreciate if you do it. I have no, I have not audio. Not sure. उमेशजी तपाईँले के भन्नुभएको? I have not audio भनेर अलिकति बुझिएन. My skills include content writing, photography, teaching. I used to be a singer in a band too. Wow, Rosen, you have a multiple skills. Okay, so just a second. And guys, please feel free to put in. So I'm good at teaching subjects like accounts and finance. Vijayji, I think you are here for a treat because I would love to tell you really something about online learning. I can add the storytelling factor to product and service business. I can add the storytelling factor to product and service business. I can interview people and build relationship building. Okay. So Nisana Jiko, you have a storytelling to product and service. I can interview people and build relationship building. Okay. I mean, okay, that's good. Um, I'm just trying to think how can we incorporate it in my Suraj WordPress development, search engine optimization, project management. Great. So Suraj because एकदमै hardcore skills रहेछ, which is awesome. People who have hard skills, I think it's easy for me to explain stuff. But if you have soft skill, I'm still trying to think how can I help you. But I'll try. I'll get my answer as I move on. So okay, right. So my skills. Okay. So anybody else would love to drop in? Please feel free to drop in. Eh? Aishri, I'm a student currently studying CSIT. I love writing blogs. Great skills designing, front end developer. Also, I have a huge interest in fashion and lifestyle product. I have an online accessories business. Okay, great, Ayushri. So you seem to have a very multiple interest than each other. Front end developer and then fashion. Are you into blogging? I'm just wondering because you are into fashion and lifestyle, and then you want to write blogs. So are you like into you want to become a blogger sort of a stuff? Is that what your aspiration? Just a thought. Please let me know if the answer is yes or no. Okay, so अरूहरूले पनि yes, I have interest in blogging. Ayushri, I think you'll be surprised to know that we have this course called as Digital Marketing for Entrepreneurs, where we talk a lot about how to do blogging, what are the things that will help your blog to get more traffic, how to do a lot of different social media, email building, list building, कति धेरै कुरा. So that's course is called Digital Marketing for Entrepreneur. And surprisingly and happily, I want to announce that it is starting from 20th. I think you'll love it. So I'll share more details later, but it's good to know that you have that interest. It's hard truth, but my talent lies in irritating people or annoying people. Maybe my another talent is critical thinking and problem solving. Okay, Jagdish Bidari Jile, critical thinking and problem solving. Okay. So again, Jagdish ji, your soft skill boy, but it is little. I need to think through it. But then again, thank you so much for dropping in your side of a skill that you thought of. I think true. Thank you. You're welcome. So, guys, please keep dropping in more details. Eh? So, if you have a skill and niche you want to work, you need to be clear on that part. I'm good at software development, especially backend. I can also carry front-end development. I can also work as a content technical writer. I'm also interested in blogging and photography. Hello, Sunidhi. Oh my God, Sunidhi, तिम्रो पो रहेछ यो. Okay, I'm so glad you're here, Sunidhi. I had no idea. तिमीले पनि उ गरेको रहेछ भनेर, but that's great. Anyways, mm, okay, so Sunidhi has the software development, especially backend, and I can also carry front-end development. I'm a content writer, and I'm using blogging and photography. Sunidhi, I think you should also try getting into DMFE because I think that's going to be perfect course for you as well. Anyways, अहिलेको लागि मैले DMFE promote गर्न यो गरेको होइन. Here I have my own mission to do online bootcamp. I'm from Palpa and doing job as a statistician in medical college. I'm not sure exactly the medical matter. I'm assuming yeah you are into medical. So recently I am starting a digital I'm starting digital marketing also Umeshi. I'm doing job as a surgeon in medical college. Okay, Umeshi, that's great. Okay, I mean, definitely, I'm just trying to think how can I help you as well. I'll keep that all in mind. Guys, तपाईँहरूले जति सेयर गर्नुहुन्छ I'll try to pick up the right example for you होइन because this course is not right or wrong भन्ने छैन. So it's just how you will give me more ideas and I will incorporate things as we move on. So basic structure बनाएको छु but basic structureमा भोलि पर्सि यो 3/6 6/14 hours को course बनाउँदाखेरि तपाईँहरूको valuable input or insight it's going to help us. So the benefit of your product or service भन्ने कुराहरू. So I would actually want to show you guys यो few important कुरा चाहिँ तपाईँहरूले screenshot लिएर राख्नु भए पनि हुन्छ that you need to think of होइन. The benefit of your product or service, you have to ask yourself, is there any benefit of your product or service? A lot of people come into business without even thinking that is there any benefit from buying from you or being with you or working with you. So you need to know that if there is any benefit that you can provide in your product or service, right? So market timing feasibility, I think about it sometimes. What if my little company start November 2019 November would I have been able to do what I'm doing right now? Probably the answer is no. So alikiti timing, market feasibility, it all is very well correlated. So that is also something that you really need to ask. That's why I don't want you to invest so much of your time already without asking these questions to yourself. The last thing is that I want everyone, a lot of people think that more you business because the primary question they forget to ask is it scalable or not. कति business कस्तो हुन्छ, you can do the business, you can probably get the revenue, but it's not scalable. Scale गर्न एकदमै गाह्रो हुन्छ or यति niche हुन्छ कि you will have probably one client per month and that will not make any sense, right? So is it scalable or not? These are fundamental questions that everybody needs to be asking himself or herself. I know it's very basic, but as we move on, there are a lot of other things that we will discuss, right? Okay, so Asta, I'm not sure why I'm getting this green thingy.
हजुर
You green you किन आएको हो यो? Can I just clear all drawing भनौँ? Okay, right, perfect. I got it.
ओके आई थिङ्क सम वान इज युजिङ इट होला सो अहिलेको लागि चाहिँ अरू कुराहरू चाहिँ नचलाइदिनुहोस् है.
Okay. So
एक्सक्युज मी त्यो तपाईँको उसमा त्यो डिसेबल एनिट्रेसन फर अदर्स भनेर एउटा हुन्छ त्यो गर्नुहोस् न, त्यो गऱ्यो भने प्रब्लम आउँदैन. त्यो डिसेबल एनिट्रेसन फर अदर भनेर त्यो अप्सन जस्तोमा हुन्छ होइन, तपाईँको सायद त्यो 3टा डट भएको ठाउँमा सायद त्यो फिचर हुनुपर्छ.
disable annotation for others. Okay, I have disabled for others.
हजुर अब काम गर्छ.
Thank you. So what does identify your goal? अब next हामीले चाहिँ अब identify गर्नु पर्यो. So here I want to ask each one of you, तपाईँहरू आफ्नो आफ्नो साइडमा सोच्नुहोस्. मैले तपाईँहरूलाई स्किलको बारेमा भने, I think a lot of you have a hard skill, a lot of you are soft skills, so not sure what you are going to do with it. So तपाईँहरूले जे छ त्यही लेखेर पठाउनु भएको छ, but you need to ask if you are trying to do an online business भनेपछि what are you going to be selling? So मैले पहिले भनिसकेँ, it always falls under any of 3 categories. Either you're selling a product or you're selling a service or you're selling a content. So when you think about it, a lot of IT services, which is hard skills, will fall under service, right? So there are a lot of people who might be doing into content. In terms of a content, I definitely want to say what are those content on a following slide. अहिलेको लागि अनि product about ask, identify these things with your own self. You need to ask how much money are you willing to invest if you are willing to do online business. I know these are very just like this is a question probably mommy will ask you if you say I want to do online business, but here I am telling you. But this is also something that would derive you whether the project that you're taking up is right or not. तपाईँले लिम्लाको project right हो कि होइन भनेर. So are you willing to invest or not? So is this the online business that you want to do? Is this going to be a completely zero investment, nothing wala ho ki? Do you want to really have at least some amount? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if it's 10,000, 10,000, 50,000, whatever the requirement is, 1 lakh rupees, whatever it is. Are you willing to invest or not? Even if you are, ask yourself. And if you don't, then again be honest about it. But I would love to what you all to do is ask this question to yourself and jot it down. Just the more I say, I knew what I'm going to sell. I knew that I'm going to sell service. I knew product was not an option for me, and I knew my service will later evolve into a content. So this was something that I was well aware of. Well, I knew that now I wanted to work from home. So when I asked myself, कतिजनाले भन्नुहुन्छ blogging start गर या फेरि घरबाट business गर नि कतिजनाले कस्तो wrong notions छ कि म त 1 रुपैयाँ पनि इन्भेस्ट नगरेर काम गर्न मन छ भनेर they kind of they are looking for that, or maybe it's okay if they don't have. So for me, I was very clear that no, I'm ready to invest. I want to invest. I want to register my company. I want to have things that I need so that my work will go on. So I'm not going to be stingy and not invest money. I'll invest where it's required. So according to that, so my mindset, my perception has helped me to do what I wanted to do next. Okay? So my next key because I was clear about this stuff, I knew where I was heading. So I think these questions are important. When you are starting an online business, that does not mean कि laptop र internet भयो भने सबै कुरा हुन्छ भन्ने पनि हुँदैन. There are times that you might have a very initial funding small amount you still need it. Doesn't matter if you're trying to sell clothes from Instagram. त्यसको लागि पनि the initial 20,000 त तपाईँलाई चाहियो होला नि if you are selling a fashionable clothes or fast fashion. So please ask this question willingly, and if you ask this question and be honest to yourself, I think you have your own answer as well. Regarding the business registry, I would like to know for to coaching, do we need to register in VAT, or is it okay to do PAN? Do you have any idea? So Prinansi, I don't want to answer this, although I know the answer of it. I do want to answer, yeah. So PAN is okay actually, Manishilu Banoka writer. So, but honestly speaking, a lot of things you don't even have to register it then and there. Right now, I don't want you to just jump into spending money everywhere. I want you to just clear your thought first, na? And then we can talk about the getting into the legal aspect of it, right? But be clear of where you are heading. Okay, so how much time are you willing to invest? A lot of people, this is also a primary question that I ask myself, and it's not that you may like बनाउने बेला I realized that I have done this math in my head, right? So, but it was not it was a just me trying to figure out my way, right? तर अहिले सोच्दाखेरि तपाईँहरूलाई यो session create गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ I said like, what are the things that I was scared of back then, and what are the things that I overcome, and what are the plans that I made. I was like, okay, I'm going to give myself this much time. I'm going to give myself this much money. I'm going to do यस्तो भनेर चाहिँ मैले के भनेको थिएँ आफूलाई. So I'm just trying to put that in. So how much time are you willing to invest? So तपाईँलाई एकदमै immediate return चाहिएको छ, that is the kind of a business you want to do online भनेर सोचिराख्नु भएको छ भने, then there might be a certain business model that you need to pick up, and the other certain cannot work or will not work. So if you have good time, you are a very start of your career, you are happy to give your 2-3 years, you're happy to do it in a certain way. So ask yourself, how long are you going to give? Because I have given myself certain time for me to do certain things, and I want me to make most out of it. And I know to time cross connectivity, I know I have to scale up, I have to do other sort of stuff. So I think these are the conscious questions that I've asked myself, and that has helped me to make a right decision at the right time. So let's say Malay. So um, okay, so I'm seeing there's a lot of conversation happening in a chat section. यदि 50 लाख भन्दा बढीको भयो भने भ्याटमा गर्नुपर्छ. Thanks. So yes, I do products, so PAN. Okay, anyways, okay, there is a conversation happening, right? So I would encourage all of you guys to think through this part of when you are trying to thinking of an online business. We will get into business as well, guys, right? अहिले चाहिँ I'm just setting the foundation right. So skill you have and the niche you want to work in. So आफूलाई सोच्नुहोस् होइन, आफूलाई तपाईँले भनि नै सक्नु भयो तपाईँ कुन निशमा पर्नुहुन्छ भनेर। सम निश वर्क्स बेटर देन अदर्स भनेर बुझ्नुहोस् है। कुनै निशहरू चाहिँ अरू निशभन्दा राम्रो काम गर्छ, विच आर सम अफ द निश द्याट वी हेभ लिस्टेड डाउन हियर। सो एन्ड दिस आर द निश द्याट वर्क्स बेस्ट अनलाइन। के भन्नुको मतलब अनलाइन चाहिँ सजिलो छ कि अब तपाईँले म घर बसेर गाडी बेच्छु भन्न थाल्नु भयो भने अब त्यसमा चाहिँ अब देयर माइट बी सर्टेन डिफिकल्टी होइन, बिकज इट्स अ ह्युज चङ्क अफ मनी एन्ड यु माइट ह्याभ टु डु लट अफ अदर थिङ्स बिकज इट्स अ हाई भ्याल्यू प्रडक्ट अल्सो राइट। सो त्यही भएर चाहिँ केही कुराहरू चाहिँ तपाईँहरूले सोच्नुपर्छ नर्म अनुसार पनि। सो आई थिङ्क सम अफ दिज डेफिनेटली वर्क्स in terms of technology, gadget selling, or in technology related service provide technology related courses provide. So I'm looking at it from the three different perspectives. Can you sell something related to technology as a service? Can you sell technology related product? Can you relate do technology related content? You know? So in terms of health and fitness, can you do health and fitness related service? Can you do health and fitness related product? Can you do health and fitness related courses? So I'm looking at the pet way also. Can you do course on that? Can you do product on that? Can you do service on that? So I think some of these things works well online, so I've just picked it up on here. In terms of relationship, in terms of development, I'm not sure when I say relationship भन्ने के हुने कति धेरै कुरालाई मैले relationship भित्र हाल्दैछु, तर I'm still assuming that there's a lot of thing in terms of selling a product which is more into अब I don't know weddingदेखि लिएर ब्राइडलदेखि लिएर कति धेरै कुराहरूदेखि लिएर then selling other sort of therapiesहरूदेखि लिएर यसो अलिकति रिलेसनसिप चाहिँ अलिक भेग छ मेरो लागि, तर relationship was something that my research said. So but I would stick to अरू पार्टहरू चाहिँ that I still feel there are a lot of things that can be done because it is considered as one of the very profitable niche as an online business. However, मेरो लागि चाहिँ I still feel Nepal is not ready for it. But then मैले list down चाहिँ गरेँ because sometimes the first mover advantage भन्ने हुन्छ. So you can always ask that question again in regards to self development. Self development को केसमा चाहिँ can I sell self development related service? Can I sell self development related training programs which is more like into content? Can I do any sort of a service for self development? Again, I'm thinking of it in a very broader perspective, but you can ask yourself these questions. If you have investment related knowledge, personal finance related knowledge, there's arts, craft, DIY, this sort of departments. Ask yourself if you fall into the category and whatever the already skill that you have, the आफै सोच्नु त्यो particular skill भएकोमा what kind of service can you sell, what kind of product can you sell, what kind of content can you sell भनेर ask yourself है. So I'm just giving you guys a perspective. So that's what I believe you need to question yourself and you need to see it, right? So now when you go through all of this तपाईँले यति कुराहरू आफ्नो लागि जट गर्नुहुन्छ, when you come across when you probably come across this far, the benefit of your product or a service. Now the benefit of your product or service को बारेमा चाहिँ let's talk about it. So when I think of a benefit of a product or service, me being a digital marketer, what kind of benefit or that I can provide in terms of a product, or what kind of benefit can I provide in terms of service? So for me, I have made my own thinking why they should not be working. I mean, why they can work with me as a digital marketer while I'm working from a home model matsu, and why the other person or other digital agency, why they should work. Generally like to work with the people who are also working from home in terms of business, or who are into more like a work from home morality mountains, because I think in that morality I sink in well. And when you say so त्यो भएर चाहिँ मेरो USP के भयो त, as a digital marketing service provider, I say I provide personalized service. So personalized service भन्ने बित्तिकै this more तपाईँलाई के चाहिएको छ त्यो अनुसारले. So it's not like I don't have this custom package ABC, A लिने हो भने लियो, B लिने हो भने लियो, C लिने हो भने लियो. So त्यो भने छैन भने जस्तो चाहिँ छैन. So I'm like, I want to talk to you, I want to consult you, I want to know what your problem is, and probably then I want to provide you a solution monastic. So that's my benefit of working with me. But there are so many different digital agencies that you can work with. So you need to ask yourself again, guys. This is not a digital marketing training as such. I'm here telling you how are you going to start your own online business, Vanira, in terms of trying to sell a product, service, and a content. So the benefit of your product or service is again very relevant to what you are selling and how you want to present. So this is also called as USP, which is a unique selling point. So what your unique selling point is in terms of your, in terms of whatever you are trying to sell, right? So I'm going to move forward. I know, I think तपाईँहरूले एकदमै धेरै, guys, anything that you want to say here, because this is not what I was looking for, or can I just have my own queries here भनेर केही छ भने भन्नुहोस् है. Because again, like I said, this course is this is not even a course, it's a 3 hour session that we are doing. There's no right and wrong to anything. So please feel free to talk, because it's not that I'm the expert and I'm going to tell you this is the right thing. I'm just here to share my experience and help you guys understand that if you are also willing to do it, then maybe some of my thing will help. I've already chosen digital work as well as direct selling business, but my experience is so bad. Please guide me, Umeshji. My digital work as well as direct selling business, but my experience is so bad. Please guide me. Okay, Umeshi, thank you for that question. But तपाईँको question answer गर्नको लागि चाहिँ I think I feel like what can be a good experience for me is if you do a right kind of a branding. I think sometimes it's just how you attract people जस्तो लाग्छ. So मैले अहिले उमेशजीको क्वेसनलाई एन्सर गर्दाखेरि for me what is, again, I'm just going to tell here that something that I'm aware of or something that I have learned over the period of time working with a client. I think why branding is so important for online business owner. त्यसलाई चाहिँ day one देखि branding गर्नुपर्छ भन्छु म चाहिँ. I truly believe in that. Is because I think your branding plays a, it has certain vibe to it. It has certain if I have to say it, your vibe attracts your tribe. How you project yourself is what kind of people are going to attract. Trust me, in an online world, there are so many people who are just doing scammy stuff. अब घर बसेर महिनाको 50,000 कमाउनु हुन्छ होला, तर देयर होल थिङ इज एउटाको लिङ्क गरेर अर्को वेबसाइटमा हाल्ने, एउटाको लिङ्क गरेर यता हाल्ने, यो गर्ने त्यो गर्ने. एन्ड दिज अल आर आई कन्सिडर इट एज अ भेरी स्प्यामी स्टफहरू. तर दे आर स्टिल एट दि एन्ड अफ द डे मेकिङ 30, 40, 50,000 रुपिस. सम पिपल आर जस्ट लिसनिङ टु त्यो भ्यू मात्रै काउन्ट गरेर के गरेर पनि दे आर मेकिङ मनी. सो देयर आर पिपल डुइङ लट अफ डिफ्रेन्ट स्टफ, बट हाउ यु पुट योर सेल्फ आउट, what your intention is. मैले तपाईँलाई सोधेको few questionहरू र again अगाडि as further I move on, there are certain stuff that talks about the branding that actually sets you apart from all the unnecessary people. Okay, so I really have a genuine people who come and say, I really wanted to learn something, this and that. Yes, Cami earns from filling forms and enroll charges. Correct, Manisha. I think you get what I'm trying to say. So there are so many people working from home. Those work aren't the work that requires any skill. Okay, त्यो click गर्ने हो, यता directoryमा जाने हो, यसमा गर्ने. So we're not talking about that. We're talking about a legit business where you are selling some of your hard skill and it's not sustainable. Correct, that's correct. That's exactly what I'm meaning to say here. So here the whole point of view is trying to establish you mm, as a trying to establish you as a तपाईँको त्यो पर्टिकुलर निचमा चाहिँ तपाईँ एउटा एउटा like any other people in the market, there are so many different companies providing certain solution. You can also be one solution provider and people reaching out to you because you provide a reasonable rate because you're working from home. You always have that extra benefit of in your charges because you don't have to have those kind of fancy office and this and that. So you can always be a competitive in terms of a price and have that luxury of making work from home while apartment and build a legit business. Tomorrow you grow your team, do what you want to do. So I'm looking at it from that aspect, right? So I think to answer your question, Umesh Ji, that is why the branding and the very start is required and while you're doing online business, especially when you're doing online business, is because and even when I say branding, I would definitely encourage to more do personal branding as such. Again, but it's a choice. If not, then a company branding is good enough. Because when you're working online, people can't see you. तपाईँले मलाई अहिले भिडियोबाट देखिराख्नु भएको छ, तर before coming to my session, this session, you haven't seen me. you haven't seen me in person भनेपछि, if supposedly this was a paid course and you have to pay me in advance, you really want to believe that you're paying to a right person. This person is not going to call me भनेर या फिर यसले मलाई ठगी त हाल्दैन, because we are doing session where we are session courses where we are charging 5,000, we're charging 15,000, we're charging 3,000, depends on which course you are taking and what you are doing हैन. तर each student 15,000 pay गर्दाखेरि पनि if they are comfortable paying it, which means that you have done your branding right and people are happy to pay and they're not scared कि ला मेरो 15,000 कहाँ जान्छ, ला मेरो 20,000 कहाँ जान्छ. No, because you see there is a genuine person behind it, right? So it does help a lot. Okay, now, so the benefit of your product or service म फेरि आए फेरि जान. So when I said that I want to do a digital marketing, somewhere I knew that the benefit of working with me is I want to provide a personalized solution. That personalized solution came to me from the two perspective. Like that will be my USP, number one. त्यसले गर्दा चाहिँ म अलिकति crowdभन्दा different हुन्छु. And the second thing is, I am sorry, but I am not a person who chooses A, B, C. In life, not in profession also. I don't know, I end up going above and beyond, which means मलाई त्यो यो गर भनेर त्यो जति भन्यो त्यति गर्नमा त I don't feel there is any fun of it, because when you're doing something भनेपछि you kind of put your lot के अलिकति heart and soul, अलिकति blood sweat tears भन्ने part छ नि. So I kind of, until unless it's not perfect, you're not happy with it. So I have that personality trait which when a client is like ABC वाला client हो भने I don't know, I cannot get them, and most of the time those kind of client I know that if I work the experience will not be good, because अब एकदमै उहाँहरूको र मेरो त्यो तरिकै मिल्दैन. So hence I know the way I work, I know the kind of a service I want to provide, and I don't want to work with somebody who is into ABC. So yeah, so I like people who are more personal, who like to be more open about their work, who like to share it in a whole form. So I can provide the similar kind of solution to them. So that became my USP. But again, looking at my own practice and own personality and own the way I want to work, probably I might charge little more, but I want to give him whatever is required, you know, rather than saying, okay, this is the market and this is what I want to do. So ask yourself the benefit of your product or a service. What are you going to provide him or her? That's going to be probably different from the market, but if you put it across in a right way, like today I say that I don't want to work with anybody who looks for A, B, and C, and it's clear in my branding also that okay, she does very अलिकति एकदम custom work गर्छ. So you know that custom work गर्ने मान्छेको चाहिँ अब charges पनि अलिकति different हुन्छ. They don't work in a same morality, this and that. But people also know that if you work with her, so she's going to help you more than what she has said. This is that, da, da, da. So it sets the air clear for you, and the people reaching out are more likely are the person who are going to work actually with you. So set your USP while you are doing online branding and put it across in a way where it's very crystal clear from your side and your USP. So I think that's very important. And when I'm saying it to a freelancer, I'm saying it to a freelancer, I'm saying it to अब हाम्रो अपवर्कमा काम गरिराख्दा फेरि अब when you're developing a platform, so त्यो एस्पेक्टहरूमा चाहिँ what I would love to, how I would like to look at it is more likely when you're developing a platform, maybe again having a story. Nasanale भने जस्तै I'm good at telling stories. So you're always, there are some companies that probably does not make a lot of revenue, but it is being very well appreciated in terms of, when I say not making a lot of revenue, means their operation cost is more than their revenue part. So they go in a loss for a few years before they kick off or before they actually make money. So which means why? Because they are putting a lot of money into doing sort of a branding को बातमा धेरै गर्नुहुन्छ, right? So that is how you are going to separate yourself if you are looking to do it completely online. So branding from day one, right? So I don't know if this is making sense. Again, मैले market timing र feasibility को कुरा अघि नै अलिअलि गरेको थिएँ. Okay, is it scalable or not? How are you going to see that is it scalable or not? Certain things are scalable than others, right? So like I said, service provide गर्नु is a really good way of doing online, and I think everybody should start from service. म आफूले पनि भन्छु, I'm also a service provider, like I provide a digital marketing service. But scaling service is a really tough job. That is what I have felt it, and I would happily take somebody's else there are service is one of the easiest way to enter to the market, right? But is it scalable or not? If you are really looking to scale, I really believe start from the providing service. Any service that you have, any skill that you have, doesn't matter if it is front end skill or it doesn't matter if you have other sort of skill, even about whatever skill you have. The first can be a start, can be a service, but you have to gradually look into how can you build a product out of it, or how can you build a content out of it. So the product should be a product can be when you're suppose some of you might want to start an e-commerce, and it is actually a scalable business if you look at it in a way, but it is scalable when uh, again there are also pros and cons that I've myself realized in terms of a scaling or not, right? If you are buying someone's product, तपाईँ कसैको सामान किनेर त्यो बेच्दै हुनुहुन्छ नि, that may or may not be scalable, right? That may or may not be scalable. What I'm trying to say here is, in terms of selling stuff, in terms of selling samanharu, you need to understand there are some few things that I feel it's really scalable in terms of e-commerce, and there are something that I really doubt if it is scalable or not, which means that uh, सकेसम्म चाहिँ यस्तो सामानहरू बेच्नुहोस् जुनको चाहिँ first of all there is no MRP as MRP available. I'm just gonna take a chat section. If we start from the service, do we provide the content voluntarily and they only gradually introduce products? So, Nasana, अब यसमा चाहिँ अब I'm just sharing my experience. If we start to do so, do we provide the content voluntarily and then only gradually introduce product? Nasana, I think you need to understand two things here. Suppose you're trying to sell yourself. First, I think Timro content part, I would actually want to put it across this way, which is alikoti later. I have a slide there, which I'm going to talk about, which is more like a content ko part ma ke. If you keep providing voluntarily content, it is going to be a little rough patch for might be for you. But how I look at it in terms of providing service as a content, you see that you have certain offer, okay? So त्यसलाई चाहिँ मैले खास भने नि के भने just setting a जस्तो कि पहिला I was doing so many free online sessions, and which I love doing it, and today also I'm doing it so that all the small community that we are making, so that we can exchange what we have learned along the way, and it's not always I should be doing it because I also participate in a lot of different मान्छेले free content so that I get to learn, right? So what I'm trying to say is, in this context, what you need to package it until I did not figure out that I am going to sell my course, which is a 14 hours course at a price of 5,000 rupees, and this is going to cost me 80 manpower laksa, मेरो यति मेहनत लाग्छ, and this is how I'm going to price it. So until unless you don't develop a offer, so this is what we need to understand when we are trying to do online business. Sorry, मैले नसानाको कुरा भनेको मेरो अगाडिको slide skip भयो अहिले. So these are the things that is coming up in my upcoming slides हरू. अहिलेको लागि I'm going to talk about developing an offer as well. So अहिले चाहिँ अलिकति scalability को कुराहरुमा गरौँ. जस्तो मैले again product र उसमा चाहिँ service is a good place to start. Gradually, when you have to sell a product, because service requires more manpower, and those manpower are अझै manpower मा चाहिँ त्यो पार्टले गर्दाखेरि हो. Product product is more in autopilot. So once you have the system developed, it's more easier. So in terms of operation, you don't have much of the trouble. Data side, and it's also it can be easily autopilot corner means, so two context I look at that side as more profitable and scalable, because it does not require you or your presence, okay? The thing can be set and it can run in autopilot. Whereas in terms of a service, you always need to be on your toes, and you're always providing, and if you don't, and there is always a no one can sell your service better than you, so I feel that is where the scalability slightly becomes a little dicey part. However, if you look at the content side, which is product and content side, so it's once done, it's done. So to give you an example, some of the courses that we have developed over the period of time, again, that also takes its own course of time to take a shape. Just like this online business bootcamp for 3 hours that we have said, the idea is not to finish it in a 3 hours. The idea is to get a lot of feedback from you guys and take your critical criticism, which is not trying to say कि तपाईँहरूलाई हामीले भ्यालु प्रोभाइड गर्न खोजेको होइन होइन कि तपाईँलाई के चाहिएको so that we can add here, like can we bring in an expert here in a certain aspect who can talk about certain things, can we do this, can we add certain more topic, can we add certain digital marketing what is inbound marketing incorporate is it going to make more sense, are we going to add something else. So that's the whole idea. So in terms of a course and sort of a video, sort of an ebook, sort of a training stuff, let's say, once you do it, it's once ready, you can always resell it, repurpose it, and you can even go to the recordings and all that sort of a stuff. So that makes it more scalable. Again, that does not require you as a person. It can be easily replaced and can be automated. Hence, that side of it is that I truly believe is why this one is scalable. And it's not me saying, I've done enough research for my own self, is why that's my side of a conclusion. Okay, so slightly moving on, how do we research and validate किनभने अब मैले त भन्न त हामीले त कुरा गर्यो, so okay, there are these kind of things and these are the questions that we need to ask. And here I'm assuming all of you are thinking to have a legit online business, not again and again I'm repeating the stuff that you're thinking that tomorrow you can have 5 people in your team who will be working for you, we can still operating it from the home, or maybe you have employed someone Kornoziko who's helping you out certain stuff that you're operating from home, but you're doing a business in certain numbers, okay, where your numbers are reflecting it as good as कसैले घरबाटै company चलाएको भने जस्तो गरे. So when I'm thinking about it, the whole idea of trying to tell what is online business bootcamp is to shape it in a business itself, you know, just that it is from your home, right? So research and validate our business idea. Now, when I thought about it, how do I validate my idea, or how do I see people validating their idea? Like while I did my own research, you know, so I found few things that has worked for me, and that is something that I've been looking at as a professional. Now, these are the things that I truly believe can help you. So, whatever service that you're looking for, whatever kind of a product you're looking for, whatever kind of a content that you're looking to build, how to validate your idea, I think this is the really good ways that you can validate idea. So do you have, or do you see any Facebook group in that niche, or do they broader niche ma? So that is the right way to validate. So suppose you're trying to provide certain service or solution, so is there any kind of a Facebook group in that same niche or in a broader niche than that? So content को चाहिँ ग्रुप नहोला है, तर कन्टेन्ट नभए कन्टेन्ट मार्केटिङ ग्रुप नभए पनि डिजिटल मार्केटिङको त ग्रुप छ नि त. सो त्यस्तै गरेर इफ देयर इज सर्टेन थिङ, अब पेट रिलेटेड होस् या वाट एभर हेल्थ एन्ड फिटनेस रिलेटेड होस् या एनिथिङ रिलेटेड, if there is any Facebook group, which means when you say Facebook group means, are there people who will buy your thing भन्न खोजेको, are there enough people who will probably buy your thing? तपाईँ टुरिज्ममा हुनुहुन्छ, or whatever sort of an industry you're thinking of, software developmentमै हुनुहुन्छ भने, are there people who are looking for these kind of, are there chunk of a people online, किनभने at the end of the day we are not going door to door and say please buy our service, right? Here we need to find त्यस्तो chunk of people कहाँ हुनुहुन्छ भनेर. So that is definitely for me is a Facebook group. And I think one thing that I forgot to add is also a LinkedIn group होइन, तर हाम्रो नेपालमा त्यति LinkedIn group एक्टिभ छैन. सो अहिलेको लागि चाहिँ LinkedIn र Facebook दुइटै हो, बट अहिलेको लागि Facebook group. So is there this thing available or not? If it is, can you see what kind of conversation is happening, or that is how you validate, like what kind of offer or service that I'm providing, is it people will be interested or not? You can also see through the conversation, you can engage with that group. Just the Upwork मलाई काम थियो, so I was engaging with that group. That also gives me certain idea about how people, because when I am doing personalized service, I need to know more people, so you need to engage with other people. So that being said, now the next thing that I feel like, how do I validate? So one of my dear friend, or there's so many friends of mine, जसलाई मैले यो जहिले भन्छु, which is if you are trying to do online business, because everybody they come to me and they say, Shweta, my online business gonna month you will you help me or not? So a lot of friends they come to me and they talk about it, and I've always said this, and it has pretty much worked for different people. So so if a person comes to me and say I'm trying to do is this online business and huncha ki hudaina and all that, and I always say them like first go to ambrobazar.com and see if there is like put that product that you're selling. I'll give you an example of it. Somebody told me very recently that he wants to do a furniture business, and I said, let's give it a shot. Let's put it in a Hamburg Bazaar. Let's see how many people will respond. Until we don't sell 80 amount for saman from there, which is it's a place which is open for everybody. Until unless we don't sell it certain amount, let's not make a let's not commit to this business. If this works, if we get more inquiries, if there are people who are buying our stuff, and if we can do the stuff for a while, which means selling furniture. So if we get enough inquiries, if we can deliver, if we can form that seamless environment for us for a certain number that I'm going to give myself, or we are going to decide as a person, and we are not investing on this. So I think that's how I like to validate my idea. So as Daraj, I don't know how many of you are aware of it. Suppose on an online business, the simplest way to sell online or start an online business is also selling stuff from Daraj. So I think it's very important. You can just go and sign up Daraj for seller programs. So just try to see if the product that you're trying to do. Suppose you collaborated with somebody who does chocolates, who does chocolates like really nice chocolate, but she's doing entire thing from home. So I thought myself, honestly speaking, like we think of like we don't have more followers, there are platforms like Daraj available where you can easily sign up and start selling. You make home chocolates, just make home chocolates, take nice picture, join the Rajko Seller program and see if you can deliver the amount of inquiries that is coming, and if that process is seamless for you before you whole lot thinking of investing and then company registering and this and that, all that stuff. First, you need to know that whatever service that you're selling, whatever product you're selling, whatever content you're selling, can you validate it? Will there be people who will actually put their money to buy it from you? So I think this is how the second thing. So the third one is there offline community in that niche? Because if you're trying to sell something online or online, to kinne the मान्छेले हो नि त. Behind the computer there are people who will probably buy it from you. So is there any offline community in that niche or not? किनभने if there is an offline where they are spending time, so त्यो हिसाबले पनि you can interact, and this is more like doing actual research in the ground भने जस्तै हो. तर I think अहिलेको लागि चाहिँ offline community हुनुको अलिकति maybe you can do further more, dive more deeper. There are a lot of things you can get it already online. There are further more feedback, real feedbacks को लागि चाहिँ maybe that offline community is important, है. So for me, I knew people who were like मैले आफ्नो pitch गर्दाखेरि म त यस्तो खालको digital marketing गर्न मन छ. Of course there are many people who said it's a bad idea भनेर हुन्छ नि, it's a bad idea Shweta भनेर. तर I think I was doing my own homework. I was thinking through left and right, doing my own research, and it did pretty worked as well. So offline community पनि थाहा हुन चाहिँ जरुरी छ, because you need immediate feedback पनि. So and for me, I always believe that you need to create both community online and offline, and that's why I always say to anybody that I'm talking to, that I'm learning, मलाई एकदमै धेरै तपाईको नाम के हो त्यो नाम थाहा पाउनु, because you want to meet them online also. And also I do the same. If I meet somebody offline, then I always ask them to, can you follow me in social media? Not that I want to stay in touch and always like get back to that person. And that's another reason why I always say, कोहीलाई पनि चिनेको मान्छे हो भने, if I say like म फेसबुकमा इन्स्टाग्राम फलो गर्नु पर्दैन, मेरो ग्रुपमै आयो भने पनि म सबैभन्दा राम्रो हुन्छ, because even Facebook and Instagram is, of course it's nice if they follow you and all that sort of stuff. तर any which ways I would likely to get in touch with them through group. It's one of the easiest thing. किनभने फेसबुकमा एउटा पोइन्टमा गएर त at a point Magoira, they will any which ways engage, but sometimes people don't want to as well, no, but directly follow गर्नु पर्यो भने directly follow गरे जस्तो पनि अब I don't know, some people have different kind of ego issues and this and that, blah blah whatever. So okay, so if they're offline community or not, now can you find any social media in that niche to do further research? And you can this is, so if you're selling a product or a service or a content online, can you find people who are also probably in Nepal or outside Nepal doing something very similar? So don't come up with the ekdamai over the top of your head, come up with a some idea which is like crazy wala chahi haina ke. So is there other people around who are doing it, maybe within Nepal, maybe outside Nepal, and how are they doing it? So to hirnako लागि चाहिँ you need to find certain person, or I always like to say that whatever you are doing, always try to find somewhere in that same space somebody that you can look up to, and it does not matter sometimes you don't even need to know that person, or you can still, if you know that hey, you mentioned to go there is okay in my space, why I was so sure that I want to do personalized digital service, why I was happy to invest in a course, why I spent so long hours in a building a course, is because I could see that there are so many marketers who had a similar problem. They were digital marketers, but they were not like this ABC wala marketer. They want to do personal stuff, or they had certain the human connection feel going, or they wanted to do more than what they were asked for. But in a normal they could not fit into the normal digital marketing industry, and that's where their journey, and I was like, yeah, I'm also very similar to them. So I don't easily fit in. I tried staying in an agency, but that does not make me, I mean, I enjoyed thoroughly, but at a point where this is not how I wanted it to be even better, even personalized. So I think somewhere around the world, and I can give you a list of the marketers that I follow. It's like, damn it, I want to do exactly how these people are doing it, because these people are building a community, they're working for the community, they're doing free courses for community, they're trying to learn from their own learners and then make a courses. So it's like, okay, maybe that's how my path is. So I think you need to validate your idea again in terms of selling a product and selling a service or selling your content, and see if there are likely any people in your industry that you can also look up to. So that gives you a rough roadmap of what and how you are going to take your decision as well. So yeah, that is that part. And I think so हामी 7:30 सम्म बस्ने भनेको थियो, राइट. सो आई थिङ्क यति नै गर्ने होला कि guys, any questions so far? I'm going to talk about the soft skill र digital marketing के स्किलको कुरा पनि गर्छु, but यो चाहिँ बेसिक फाउन्डेसन मात्रै थियो मेरो लागि, होइन. दिस इज जस्ट टु क्लियर द एयर, भनौँ भन अहिलेको लागि, टु क्लियर द एयर द्याट that that when we say online business, or actually when I am saying online business, I really don't mean it with a I really don't mean it like doing anything and everything. I'm talking about having a legit one. So I think does it gives any sense to anyone wants to share their experience, or add ask more questions, because tomorrow 1.5 hour I'll finish a lot of stuff that I have here. And मैले solutionहरू पनि राखेछु कि, like I think it will really be helpful for you guys जस्तो लागेर हो है मैले. So I think there are a few things that I would want to definitely talk about. um, this is going to be very exciting, which is build a brand from day one वाला part, which is more hands on. तपाईँहरूले अलिकति मैले बोलेको भन्दा अलिकति call to action भएको, which is you can probably replicate it in your own way. How to develop an offer, एउटा यो part चाहिँ, which is kind of a call to action, after sales service and incentives. So again, something that I could just think through. So I'll talk these three. I think I'm going to finish define target audience and problem. If you guys don't have any issue, तपाईँहरूलाई ढिलो हुन्छ भने we'll wrap this up today. Tomorrow will not waste time. We'll start exact at 6. So what do you guys say? Okay, तपाईँहरूलाई के भन्न छ? Guys, anyone? I don't know, is it like just me talking or there are people? Okay, just भोलिको लिङ्क मेलमै आउने हो मनिष्य भोलिको लिङ्क पनि मेलमै आउने हो nowadays all people ask online business but cannot deliver the right idea but you did well. Thank you for wonderful guideline, Umeshi. Thank you so much, Umeshi. I'm so glad, like I don't know म त भनेको कुरा पनि I don't know if it is making sense for you guys, but these are just the personal एकदमै होइन I it's not like personal as in personal, it's not that I have done enough research funny because I'm not the only one who is doing it. I see there are so many people across the world who are business digital marketers, business owners who actually there is a program यस्तै खालको प्रोग्रामहरू बाहिर पनि गर्दो रहेछ. So I was doing this research and I thought it's going to be so cool if I can. But I would love to get तपाईँहरूको feedback because when I think about it, I know that I can do a literally literally 25 hours ko use session but before I get into 25 I need to clear my head and get तपाईँहरू side enough feedback to understand what would you looking forward to learn actionable guidelines tomorrow's session. Great. I think I'm really happy. You say anything तपाईँहरूलाई अरू भन्न मन लागेको कुराहरू what do you what are your challenges when you think about online? Is there anything that you want to say to us or say, let us know so that अब भोलि मिल्यो भने मिल्यो भोलि मिलेन भने we can still continue this somewhere down the line kind of stuff. So please give your feedback. That's gonna definitely be very helpful. Anyone? अनलाइन एमए काम गर्दा अनलाइनमा सरी एमए भने अनलाइनमा काम गर्दा मेन प्रब्लम कुरियर हो. मनिषी आई थिङ्क त्यसमा चाहिँ एकदमै ठुलो प्रब्लम हो क्या यो चाहिँ. अब आई डु अन्डरस्ट्यान्ड द्याट बट अब लजिस्टिक पार्टमा चाहिँ अब आम जस्ट assuming that valley by is a headache. Oh, exactly. I think yeah. So in that, they I think one of the part here in the upcoming slides are how can we develop businesses that is going to complement people who are working online. So let me just give you an example. So oily more personalized goals to come, but I realized that I don't want to work with a lot of this have this so-called bonds. तिमीले त यस्तो ठुल्ठुलो कम्पनीसँग काम गरेको वरी टु वर्क विथ दिस कम्पनी अब अहिले त झन् नेटवर्क पनि यस्तो राम्रो भइसक्यो आई क्यान टक टु यु फर द्याट कम्पनी एन्ड दिस कम्पनी एन्ड समवेयर कता कता चाहिँ आई डु अन्डरस्ट्यान्ड वाट इट इज तर कता कता तपाईँले भने जस्तो कि we have to establish certain businesses that's going to help other businesses. So there is this thing we are doing it in our group as well, which is our digital marketing entrepreneur group. So we want to create this community where the community जस्तो तपाईँमध्ये एकजना front end developer हुनुहुन्छ भने somebody who is a front end developer and somebody who is probably a digital marketer, you might want to sell a digital marketing services from your home. You might want to sell. So you're both gonna need each other because the front end developer is also gonna sell front end development को काम, right? But उसलाई त digital marketing गरेर बेच्नु पर्यो नि त. तर त्यसै गरेर front. So trying to create that community within the DMFE where whatever service you are providing तपाईँको सर्भिस चाहिँ हाम्रै DMFE को अर्को मान्छेले पनि किन्न सकोस् कि which is in a way it's a very good way to look at it. In that case, like Asta is here with हाम्रो कुड्रसबाट हुनुहुन्छ. Suppose you guys are तपाईँ आफ्नो idea validate गर्नु होइन in a way once you validate your idea you feel that okay it has a potential and this and that. So if you're looking to invest in your website, you're looking to invest in your digital marketing and all that sort of stuff, you can take her company as a service provider and you can take that service. But that can always be tomorrow somebody who is अघि भर्खर यहाँ finance हो कि के भन्नुभएको थियो होइन. So you can come up with your and we're going to talk about developing that offer किनभने until that I used to think ल मैले यति online गरिरहेको छु I really want to do online learning in a certain way. I want to charge people because I know that the content takes a lot of my time and energy and I want to sell it and I don't want I want to do free stuff a lot that I don't deny it. My because it just gives me more energy and more idea. Because people who are there to learn online, they're just there to learn online. They're not there to explore. Those people I'm engaging free, man, those are the people who don't want to pay, still they want to learn, and those are the more curious people than the other ones, right? So in a way, all that works out well. So like again, I said earlier, if you have any questions, please give us, let us know so that we can always have a follow up on this one, or make sure that if there's any value we can provide in future, we definitely will look forward and do that. Or let's say, are these recording available somewhere, Shweta? I think we will provide a recording, just like I asked I. What do you think about it?
यस आफ्टर यो 2 दिनको क्लास विल प्रोभाइड द रेकर्डिङ अनि लिङ्क पनि सोधिराख्नु भएको थियो भोलिको लागि पनि सेम लिङ्क हो है
Okay, yeah. भोलिको लागि पनि सेम लिङ्क हो, प्लिज त्यो चाहिँ लिङ्क सेम गर्नु होला. And although it's Valentine's Day, but I truly hope and believe that you can save at least from 6 to 7:30 for yourself. And yeah, so that would be there, and we'll meet you tomorrow. And please think about the questions, and trust me, please एकदमै ढुक्कै भएर हामीलाई सोध्नु होला or लेखिदिनु होला. That's gonna be taken care of in a follow-up, Saruma. Thank you very much for insightful session. I learned a lot what to do and what not to do. Hi, Mahima. So, Mahima, I don't know how. I'm guessing we are related somewhere. कसरी न कसरी त होला तपाईँको नि सेयर चाहिँ हो भनेपछि. Okay, so I'm guessing, I'm sure we must be related for some reason, but okay.